Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day, and the madness has already started. People are starting to lock in Baker Mayfield, the Oklahoma quarterback, as the number one overall pick to the Browns. It almost sounds like a lock. I've never seen anything like it. It's almost like guarantee at this point. But am I still buying it? Are you guys still buying it? I've never seen anything like it. We've always seen smoke, never really with the number one pick, and it's never seemed so sure. There's so many people out there that you trust that seem to be very, very confident that Baker Mayfield is the lock at one. So this is very surprising. It's been Darnold or Allen the whole time, mainly Darnold, and I was kind of sticking to Darnold, but this is crazy. So obviously your options here for the Browns are Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and Josh Allen. Josh Allen's kind of the wild card at this point. It was Sam Darnold's option one, option A. Josh Allen is option B, but unlikely. And then Baker Mayfield's the smoke or the wild card. So it's mind-blowing stuff. We'll see what actually happens. I still leaning towards Darnold. I'm still leaning towards Sam Darnold being the guy. It's just I feel like he was the guy all along. I don't know if I know I wouldn't make the pick, Sam Darnold. So maybe they see what I see, or others see, that Darnold's too turnover prone. It's really the fumbles. It's what gets to me on top of the interceptions. 2 years ago, he looked phenomenal. Kind of went on a decline. I'm never a fan of that. Guys are kind of going on a decline. You want to see them improve as they get older and learn more. But any type of sack he takes from behind, it seems he loses the ball. That's kind of what gets to me. I guess it could be he could learn, he could be coached in that category. But the point here is I still think it's Darnold. It's very hard for me to switch over. So many people, myself, I've switched over on draft day or the day before in the past, and it's never really worked out. But this is a weird one. People are very sure it is Baker Mayfield, but I'm going to stick to Darnold. The case for Josh Allen, he's probably the best fit out of the three. Yeah, he's a project, has probably the best upside, though. He doesn't have to start right away, but you think the coaches would be fired if they don't win now, but it's really not up to them. It's up to Dorsey. I think Josh Allen fits more. I think he's in that Todd Haley offense. It makes sense, but I think he's the third most likely. It's Darnold or Baker. I'm sticking what I've been saying. I'm going to say Darnold, but people are locking in Mayfield. They're saying it's already done. We're on to pick two. Who are the Giants going to pick? It's mind-blowing stuff. Mind-blowing stuff. But if you remember, I did a 7-round mock for every team. Maybe I did those a little too early, but we had other stuff to get to. But I decided, why not? Let's do the Browns again because they're the number one pick. They have plenty of picks, and it's a crazy debate who they're going to take. So right now I'm going to give you a Browns 7-round mock if I was the GM. Before we get into that, though, follow our Twitter, frogs_angels. Had a good discussion last night. We're going to have more. And then a final mock draft will be on our Twitter, frogs_angels. Link in the description. Final mock will be there before the draft starts. Plenty more discussion. But this mock right here is based off if I was the GM, but we're going to make it realistic at the top. We're going to use these three options. I'm picking one using these three options, basically. And my favorite quarterback in the draft is Baker Mayfield, so I'm taking him one, even though Allen may be a little more of a fit. But you got to love Baker Mayfield. I keep hearing a lot of teams just love him. So maybe the Browns do like him at one. Maybe they love him so much where they have to take him. They have to have him. So we will see. But if I'm the GM, I will take Baker Mayfield at one. Let's assume that Saquon Barkley is gone while we're picking four. So I'm taking Bradley Chubb. Maybe I would make that choice anyways, even if Barkley's there. But in this situation, we'll remove Barkley. People assuming he's gone, but you never know. But I'm taking Bradley Chubb. He's actually my number one player in the draft. My big board and position rankings will come out very soon. I'll have one more video after this, so stay tuned for all that. But Bradley Chubb, elite pass rusher, and very, very good at stopping the run right now. So with the right coaching, he can take that pass rushing ability to the next level, match it with his run stopping ability. So I like Bradley Chubb a lot. Him with Myles Garrett would be scary. I do like Ugba, but you can't be afraid to get better at maybe the most important position outside of quarterback in football, which is pass rush. Well, before I get to the second round, they could very easily trade this pick. I didn't want to do any trades in this, but you would think the Bills offers on the table with 12 and 22, possibly more. I may do that, but I didn't want to get too wild here and do trades. But on to pick 33. I'm taking Mike Hughes, the corner from UCF. He very well could be there, and it would be a great pick if he's there. I think he will be there. I think guys are going to get pushed back, so a guy like Mike Hughes may get pushed back to here. They need corners. They need multiple of them, so I think he's going to be the best corner at this point. Sony Michel could be considered here. I like Sony Michel a lot. We're going to assume he's off the board. People seem to be locked in him going 1, but we will see. 35th pick, Jesse Bates, Wake Forest safety. One of my favorite players in the draft. Match him with Peppers. That just makes so much sense. Peppers was almost a linebacker. He was a linebacker at one point, really. So two different style of safeties make sense to me. This is more of a deep ball guy. Really could do it all. Playmaker. So I like pairing those two up. I have a first round grade on Bates. I think he'll be there at 35. Lock him up there. On to the last of their second round picks. I'm taking Jamarco Jones. I'm really high on him now. He's moving up my boards. I think he'll be there. It'll be very close, though, with their later second round pick. So he can come in and start a tackle day 1. They may need a tackle or 2 in this draft. So we're through round 2. We still don't have a running back. I do like Hyde, Duke Johnson, maybe more of a slot receiver, but they have pretty solid receivers right now. So we do need to grab a running back, but maybe not that early. I'm going to go get one of my favorite running backs in this draft, one of my sleeper guys in this draft in the 4th round. It's John Kelly from Tennessee. Not far off from Kamara last year, who was my favorite player in the draft last year. John Kelly has speed. He's a violent runner. Best stiff arm in the draft. Yes, I'm going to say it. He has the best stiff arm in the draft out of all the running backs. I know that's not the number one important thing when you're looking for a running back, but he has speed, quickness, and he's very strong. I'd like to see him hit the hole a little better, but it's not a negative, really. Just comparing him to the top running backs. I actually have a late second round grade on John Kelly. You can get him in the 4th, no problem. On to their next pick, I'm going to get DeAngelo Sanat, another guy that's been rising on my board lately. He's got a little Linval Joseph in him, one of the best D tackles in football, so I like that a lot. Good in every category for a defensive tackle. So maybe they don't need a starter right now, but in this range, you get a good depth guy that can be a future starter. I like Sanat a lot. Next pick is going to be Desmond Harrison. Most recently played for Georgia State. Did come from Texas. I think he could drop to this point. He's been a faller recently, maybe because of the other good talent. He's a little thinner now. Very athletic, though. But there's a pretty good tackle class, so that could push him down here to round 6. And then their last pick, which is round 6, I'll take Tremont Smith, a corner that's been rising. Maybe he's not even available. I think the talent is going to push some other good talent down, so it's realistic that he could be available. He could go as high as round 5. Used to be a quarterback. That's what's interesting about him. So even though he hasn't played corner a lot, he may know it better than others because he was a quarterback. He knows how to read the quarterback. He's very athletic. Big-time riser from Central Arkansas. I would look out for him. If he's there in the 6th, somebody's going to get a good pick. He's very athletic and very smart. Again, he could go earlier in this, but you expect all kinds of good talent to drop down. It always happens in every draft. It's going to happen even more this draft, which is finding out who those players are going to be. So there's my new updated Browns 7-round mock. Let me know what you guys think. Again, you could go running back a lot earlier, but you see how good the running backs in the mid-rounds last year, the 3rd round in particular, with a similar draft class this year, maybe even better, how good those running backs can be. Some people refuse to take a running back in the 1st round. Some people think depth at other important positions is more important than a starting running back. That's a little much, but people actually in the league believe that. Example would be edge rusher and corner. But people actually believe that in the league. So you could wait to get a running back. Maybe that means Barkley falls. Do I think he goes 2? I didn't have him going 2. That's a debate. I'm going to have one more video of my final thoughts. I'm going to release my big board and my prospect rankings, so stay tuned for that. A lot more coverage on our Twitter, frogs_angels. Went in depth last night. Had a thread, so go check that out and my thoughts. More today with another final mock draft on Twitter. So check all that out. Hope you guys enjoyed these draft coverage videos. I sure did. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy the draft. Goodbye.